Okay. We got 3 recording. All right. Well, help. Okay. All right.
Hang on.
Son of a bitch. Damn it.
Wait, what?
Fuck. I had the perfect intro. God damn it.
Scott Kennard and Christopher Webb at the Meet Us in the Man Cave podcast. And myself, Patton, I am a guest. Thank you for having me, guys.
Welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
I think we got somebody who's our new intro. Thank you, Jake. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. As your shirt says.
That's a pretty textbook intro there, bud. Now you got me wondering, are you a damn cop?
Hell no. No.
Okay, good.
Jake, Mr. Jake Patton, thank you for joining us here. I hope it's cool in your section of the man cave. You live up further north in Ohio, Bowling Green. Is that correct?
That is correct, Scott.
Oh, cool.
That being said, time is 7:26 of the p.m. Temperature is miserable fucking degrees. So other than the temperature being miserable, Jake, how has life been treating you since we last seen you?
Very well, I'd say. I'm just happy to be alive, and I have my family here, and friends and whatnot.
Buddy, that's all we can ask for, man. That's the best of life right there.
Jake, I'll tell you what. If everybody had that rich spirit of an attitude like you have right there, I think the world would be a better place. And I'm being damn serious about that. So I'm glad you're here with us, and be prepared for some difficult questions, young man. I'm going to call you young man since you still do it by the book, especially with that ball cap I noticed you were wearing earlier. I don't know why that has to do with the age, but you know what? It just sounded good. Jake, if you don't mind me asking, this guy that's sitting to my right, he's actually in the center stage right now. Then again, as I edited, it won't make any sense. Mr. C. Webb, otherwise known as Mr. Webb.
That'll
How
work.
the hell's your week been?
Man, we're just gonna keep on keeping on, or keep. What'd you say, Jake? Keep on trucking. Is that what it was?
Yes, sir. Keep on trucking. Absolutely.
Had a couple hiccups, had a couple snags in the road. Not on our end, but other people making foolish decisions that kind of are holding up the progress of the house buying. But tell you what, man, just it ain't worth getting down. It ain't worth worth worrying about. It's not going to ruin my day, ruin my mood. We're just going to keep going.
To see the two of you are just, you got the right attitude, period. But there's one individual, he's been with us there before, Andrew Dowdney. Yes, the gentleman that I'm speaking of, which he's been on our previous show before. He's actually a real estate, I don't know the actual professional name, but real estate realtor. I'm sure there's something they're called different now. He's going to sit down and he wants to talk about music and horror stuff, but I got to bug him about, what is it like today? Chris, Natalie, his family, they're dealing with it now, but maybe he could help teach us a little bit, whether you're buying or renting. So
the housing market, man, the housing market is insane right now. And it'd be nice to get someone's insider info because there's lots of things going on. My realtor is real nice and he explains a lot of things, but it's like, there's got to be shit that's really getting on his nerves that he's not telling us about because he doesn't want to bother us with it, I guess. So it'd be interesting to hear about. Yeah. I'm down for that.
In fact, I was even informed from one of our loyal viewers because they absolutely loved hearing your, history that you've had with meeting Alice in Chains with Jerry Cantrell and Nirvana with Kurt Cobain. And of course, now the pressure's on for Andrew. He's got to come up with another story to share. No one gives a shit about that I pissed myself except for Jake here.
You know what? I mean, if that was any of us at our favorite band's concert, I think we all would have done the same thing. Maybe that's why people are like, okay, that's understandable.
Yeah, I should look at it that way. I should, really. In fact, I was told, why didn't you ever tell me about that story? Well, I've been to 13 Van Halen concerts. After a while, some of them kind of all roll into one. But certain ones, you just, you just.
That's definitely the one that stands out. The one where I pissed myself really stands out.
Yeah, there's another one I'm not going to share publicly.
Did you shit yourself? Okay.
No.
Thank God for that.
It's legal issues.
Okay.
But other than that, guys, thanks for asking.
Fuck, I didn't ask it all, my bad.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Shit.
It's okay.
I got sidetracked with peeing and the pooping. Sorry about that. How the hell has I've only talked to you through text, so I know there's been things going on with you. I didn't know how deep you wanted to go, but how you been?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. All things considered, I couldn't be better, I must say. I'm feeling super. No, nothing bugs me. Everything is super when you're. Don't you think I look cute in this hat?
That's way too much information, right, Jake? He's probably sitting like, why the fuck did I choose to join you guys this week?
it's all good. Don't worry about it.
He's all clogged up.
Try some roughage, maybe.
How about do we got like an end of the week, because we usually record Saturday, folks. So end of the week recap on either music, cars, movies, random shit, anything we'd like to recap.
Jake, being our special guest, would you like to start off with that?
Yes.
Anything?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
He's
God.
prepared, folks.
How about top 5 favorite cars?
Okay, let's hear that.
1967 four-door Chevy Impala, the car from Supernatural. 1971 Hemi Cuda from the Phantasm series.
Oh God. You want to go into any anecdotes, or do you just want to go through the list?
Yeah, the first two are just they're badass cars. They're both black and they're muscle cars, I guess.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I just didn't know if you wanted to flesh it out a bit, any at all.
Number 3, the 2023 Porsche 911. It's a badass car. It's sexy.
Just the regular 911, or the GT3, or the Cayman edition, or
the regular 911.
Are you a fan of the black traditional, sexy sports cars, or whether they're old or new? Not that it matters. Yeah, I'm the same thing. I have a thing for black cars. But then there's others as well. But there's something about a black muscle, mean badge. There's just, 67 Camaro
Dude,
black. Oh yeah.
That car that we saw at Cars and Coffee is still like. I'm thinking about making him an offer one of these times. That car is beautiful, man. I love that quarter panel so much.
Man. Jake, you mentioned your first was the 67, correct?
Correct.
What is it about 67 here lately?
Outstanding designs that all the car companies just really had to compete with each other. Maybe that was it. And like you said, that was a good year, man.
Yeah, the baby boom generation was definitely on a roll for that particular year. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, you know what, Chris? We're going to just call you the master when it comes to our car.
Oh, shit, no.
Genre. Yeah. Compared to, Jake, then again, Jake may be the master at it right now. He may have some hidden secrets about the car, but what we're trying to get at, Jake even wants to know, has there been anything that's caught your eye this past week when it comes to those four-wheelers, or 6 or 8? You get the picture.
Is Jake going through his list or me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet. I'm so sorry. I interrupted you on that. See, my fault. My apologies.
Okay. Second to last one is a red 1997 Chevy Camaro. And the reason being, growing up, one of my favorite shows was Power Rangers. And one season, the Red Ranger drove a 1997 Chevy Camaro, and the car could fly and shit, and so that's why.
There was one reason that I watched the Power Rangers, and it wasn't the car. It was definitely the Pink Ranger, brother.
No problem.
Whoo, buddy. Amy Jo Johnson, man.
Oh yeah, she's a smoke show. My number 5, 1994 Jeep Wrangler, and it's because of the movie Clueless. That was just a badass movie, and I love that car. And whatever.
The one where she was going through the testing and clipped some guy's mirror. That one? Oh God.
Yeah. Alicia Silverstone.
One of my favorite movies with her is Blast from the Past, where you have her as the lead actor along with, he's been, I guess he won an Oscar here lately for Whale. He was big in the 80s and the
Brendan
90s.
Fraser.
Try to help you. Thank you. Frazier. Brendan Frazier. That's his David Spade. So, yeah, Blast from the Past. I don't know. I could watch that movie all the time and never get tired of it. I don't know why. I just do. No, his parents from the 50s.
Oh,
I don't remember correctly, or it might have been the late 60s. Of course, his dad is very much known as. I see. Every time I get on here, folks, I go blank on names. As soon as I'm done recording, boom, I remember names.
That's why I'm here.
But yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. You know, we need more cowbell.
Will Ferrell?
Okay, Will Ferrell, and of course, everybody loves when there's so many people that do a voice impression of the producer of the guy. I gotta have more cowbell. Thank you. Christopher Walken, of course, plays Brandon's father in this movie. He's a little cuckoo. He's an engineer, I guess from MIT or what? Not that MIT. I'd have the brains to go to MIT out there, but he builds a underground because back in the day they were always preparing the Cold War and all that. So Brandon Fraser basically grew up underground, and when he finally was able to be released 20, 30 some years later, that's how he meets her. Like I said, it's one of my favorite shows that was back in the day, a series, Kids in the Hall, David Foley's in. I mean, I go on about that movie. I don't know why I just never get tired of that movie. It is
my favorite
related.
Brendan Fraser movie, Airheads. Remember Airheads? Holy shit.
Yes, I watched that not too long ago.
Not necessarily his character, but man, he just fit with the role, and he just seemed like he didn't give a shit about nothing. And then you throw Adam Sandler in there, and it's like, Steve Buscemi's great, man. I remember he's funny as hell. Love that movie though.
See, Jake, you started it, and we get stuck in a rabbit hole of other directions. It's what happens all the time but I think that's what people do when they go down in a man cave or when they go to their local hub, their pub. I remember watching Cheers, and of course there were shows based on scripts, but they always went into different subject matters. And I don't know why I need to explain this. The 4 people that are watching about a week later, they're like, yeah, I get it, man. I know what you're saying. Shut the fuck up and get on to.
That's what this is. We don't need to explain ourselves. That's what it is, man. We're just having fun.
Are you a complete loser? Well, go open a can of Meet Us in the Man Cave beer. It friggin' tastes awesome.
Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
Since I interrupted your list
What was that number 1?
Oh, it was 1967 four-door Chevy Impala.
Chevy Impalas it seemed like that car was so popular for at least a span of 3 or 4 decades. The Spawn Impala. Well, Jake, you've already did your top 5, which is so funny. Chris and I were actually going to do a top 5 from cars and stuff, and I think we're going to save that for another episode because there's just so much we got going on here. Horror movies, it's quite obvious you're a huge fan of Halloween, Friday the 13th. I mean, yeah, the poster kind of threw it off there, right? Are there 3 other franchises or characters? Let's just say we got Myers, we got Jason. Let's just put them over here. 3 other individuals because we got to do top 5 horror. And Jake, since you are a special guest,
give us 3 more. I may add to that, whereas Michael and Jason, of course, already thrown into it. Where are they on your list as well?
Oh, that's cheap.
I gotta hear it though.
Okay.
Or you could tease us and save that for unless they're 5
Never
and
know,
4.
they may-
Put me on the spot here.
Yeah, that's of course. They're tough questions.
I gotta do it.
Okay. First, the last three. Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Angela from the Night of the Demons franchise, and let's go with Pennywise from the 1990 It. Okay.
So, Timothy Curry?
Yes.
Curry? Tim Curry.
Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Tim Curry. Also, Tim Curry is legendary known for Frankenfurter.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Look at him
Jake,
go.
you are the
Look at him.
man.
Love that movie.
It's just a step to the left.
Put your hands on your hips.
Jake, you already, I'm letting you know now. I'll let you know. We'll give you some time ahead. Chris is probably saying like, oh, fuck, Rocky Horror Picture. I want to do a Rocky Horror Picture Show. Not that we're not going to sit here and do what the cast members were, but we got to have a Rocky Horror Picture Show episode here. That's some good memories there. It's
Might
just
as well
a step to
throw Clockwork
so.
in there as well. Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. I deliberately had an orange wall one time. And
They
put a
just feel
clock
like
on
they
there.
have the same kind of vibe to me. I don't know. Like similar.
We'll get into that episode. Trust me. And then we'll get into it. So, Jake, you got to be prepared for another episode. Okay, won't be now because there's a lot going on. We'll keep you informed. So, Michael.
Oh yeah, you
Jason.
didn't. You got to top it off. You got to put the cherry on it, bud.
I think Michael is number 1, Jason number 2, Freddy number 3, and then Angela number 4, and Pennywise number 5, I guess. But that is a good number 5. I love Pennywise.
And I applaud you on that. You could have easily went, Michael, Jason, Freddy, and then of course Ghostface and Leatherface. But you didn't. Now, I'll take the easy. I'll do Michael. The thing of it is, years ago, it always was a tie between Leatherface and Michael, believe it or not. Yep. Shocking the world there are all 4 listeners. I shouldn't say that. Our podcast, we actually do pretty well on that for such newbies. Downloads they're still, wow, I'm impressed with that. So yeah, folks, Apple, Spotify, all your favorite listening podcasting apps. Continue that up, please. We're loving it, like McDonald's. But yeah, I was definitely like this week. I think I like Michael more than Leatherface, or vice versa. But I liked how you kind of mixed it up there. In fact, I've noticed that with your cars there. You've got a variety. Like, I don't know. I'm very impressed. With
I didn't see the Jeep coming in there. That was a curveball right there.
I know. No doubt. But, you had to throw the 67 year in. So easy. So, Chris, what's another one on the list do you think we should get Jake on here? Well, we got horror. We got cars. What else are we known for?
Yeah. I know. Random's just so broad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I'm good at it, because I'm so full of shit.
It's hard to narrow that down, but if you had to encapsulate your week, is there any highlights?
Okay, I can help you out here. Were you arrested this week for the 4th time?
Fuck no.
No way. No.
Whether you love them or like them, I don't care. It's still entertaining as hell. Isn't that right, Rudy? Oh, but I'm sorry. It's just too funny. I mean, come on. Nobody gave a shit when I'm going to bring some old school Andy Griffith show. What was it? Not Goober. The guy, the town drunk, he was arrested all the time. Nobody gave a shit.
Otis or something like that.
Otis. There. Jake, man.
He's right on top of you this episode.
Jake, I'm going to have to start having, if you can't join us all the time, I'm going to be texting Jake, what's this person's? Dear Lord. Well, you know what? That's just random. I know. I'll leave the poor man alone.
Then there's music, right?
was surprised we skipped that.
I really didn't know if
Chris gets lost in his own world when it comes to music, which is
pretty
beautiful.
much my entire world, but yeah. So I kind of overlook it sometimes.
Jake, you gotta love music, right?
Absolutely. Oh crap! Can I curse?
Yes, you could fucking say whatever you want.
Okay.
Trust me, when I watch the edits, I feel like I'm the clean one compared to Chris.
I motherfuck this, that, and the other. I fuck it all. I fuck on you. I don't even care.
My favorite still is. Oh, she's blowing a hot pocket.
Dude, she was. I hate that thing.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing T-shirt ideas all the time with Chris's. So Jake, I'm sorry. Give me some music, brother. Yeah. Share some music, love.
Please save us here.
Nothing new, but I have my top favorite bands: Van Halen, AC/DC, In Excess, the Bee Gees, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Is that in order?
Yeah.
It's your list, man.
I'm just curious.
You
don't need to put it in order if you don't want to. I totally understand.
I guess it's kind of random, but there's all 5 awesome bands. But sixth one, I'm gonna cheat. Queen. Okay.
Well, I got news for you. There ain't no cheating in music, bud. Unless you're a performer in 2023.
Man, Freddie Mercury.
You know, it's funny. Eddie Van Halen, when he was helping his son understand more about certain chords, certain things when it comes to music, he said, I always got to bring Van Halen to this shit. But you know what? Oh, well. He actually referred to go to AC/DC. He actually showed Woofy a lot about certain chord structures. So they'd play some AC/DC stuff. And he always thought, well, when it came to drums. So Edward Van Halen used AC/DC as a reference a lot when it comes to beats. So Woofy, to this day, Woofy could tell you the story better than I could. God, I would love him. Oh, man. Better wake up, Scott. That ain't going to happen.
You don't know. We got to, aim for the stars.
Oh, God. I'm going to put duct tape over my mouth if Woofy ever joins on here. No offense, Jake, but I'm going to okay, please go.
We're not going to say a word.
I want to hear what's going on in your present and your future, but if you want to mind, that wouldn't be fair to him. You know what? I'm just happy for Woofy, and I can't wait to hear more from him. So I'll just leave it at that.
And you turned me on to him, and I got to say, I enjoy that album, his latest.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm
very good.
I'm very happy and proud. Very proud and happy for him. I really am. So is his mom.
Hell yeah.
So, in excess, by the way, got to give a shout out. That is Michael Hutchinson. Oh, God, that was such another one on our list that just broke our hearts when he passed away. And it affected that band, no doubt about it. But in excess, I really think they should be celebrated more today because they were such a huge band from down under. Man, so was AC/DC. Technically, if I remember, they were technically from Australia.
Their stage presence alone was impressive.
Bee Gees. Bee Gees, they actually deserve a lot of credit too. They have written a lot of great songs through not just themselves, for other artists as well. And they get made fun of, but they were definitely talented, and they kicked ass back in their day. During their heyday, there was nobody that could touch the Bee Gees.
Hell yeah.
And who was the other? I'm sorry, Jake, the other?
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Anthony Kiedis, baby.
Fucking love Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right, I've done my parts of dwelling on your list. I hate stepping on Chris's toes any time of the week, but he's got to share some of because Chris has got such a beautiful range of music. So I'm gonna shut up and let Chris talk about it. Oh
man, I'm on the same stuff still, man. I'm back on the Anthony Oliver. Man, he released another one. It's called I Want to Go Home. The same vein as the other stuff he's talking about, but this one's a little bit slower. The dude is fucking insane right now. I think someone broke it down for his downloads. He's making about $40,000 a day. $40,000 a day. And this is with him turning down an $8 million contract. But just him being number one on Apple and him making it his own way, saying, fuck you, I'm going back to fucking West Virginia. I'm going to record in my fucking driveway and I'm going to record with my fucking dogs, my 3 dogs. And you're not having a bit of say so into what I record or how I record it. And he's still making $40,000 a day.
I'm going to be brutally honest. I didn't know of this artist that you spoke of. I listened to a little bit of it, and then all of a sudden, I started to hear more about him. I'm going to say YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, and how he's blowing up with his very popular, what was it? Rich Man from Richmond. I guess that's like one of the biggest songs right now.
It's Oliver Anthony, but that's his grandfather's name.
Oliver Anthony.
He's Chris.
Yes,
he's Christopher.
You educated. Yeah. And when I was listening to that song with that YouTube, I'm like, damn, it sounds like me bitching. I feel like I could sit down and just listen to shoot the shit with this guy.
Good shit. And I was just in West Virginia. I was in.
You're always in.
Yeah.
That's not.
No, it's not a secret.
I don't know why. It's
I travel for
things
work.
I try to filter.
I doubt anybody's going to come, hunt me down. But that's where he's pretty much primarily based, where he does his recording and everything like that. And it was kind of cool sitting there and being like, man, I'd really love to go have a beer with that dude right now. I wonder how far he is away. I wonder how far I am from him.
You would know. I mean, because you're you know what I mean.
Other than that, man, it's Zach Bryan. That album he just put out, his self-titled album. Damn, that's a good fucking album, man. Not sure if you've heard it yet, but please give it a listen.
Whenever I have, as we all do as human beings, you have your good and your bad. I have a tendency of focusing way too much, dwelling on certain issues when I'm like, boo-hoo.
So you want something uplifting.
The thing of it is, it's not that it's, music-wise, it's like this week. Well, I've been busy kind of in a sense. I've been trying to do some more research, so I've been listening to some more podcasts. And whenever I'm like, all right, I got to take a break. I'm still listening to Wolfie's or Mammoth WVH, which by the way, Chris, I can't help but do it. It's just a habit of mine. Do you know why Wolfie calls it Mammoth?
I was hoping you could tell me about that, actually.
Okay, Van Halen, they originated with the names of bands was Genesis, Mammoth. I can't remember which exact order. It was either Genesis or Mammoth. As we all know, there's a band called Genesis. So they decided that, okay, we can't have that. But Mammoth, I believe Mammoth was first. It's so funny. It's the one it doesn't matter. But Mammoth was actually one of the original names for Van Halen. But someone already had that name. In other words, back in the days, you had to really be careful about not having the same song titles. In other words, jump, because there was an issue with that long ago. So Wolfie, he shares this even in an interview, as soon as I heard Mammoth, I was like, oh man, that is so cool. A lot of diehard Van Halen fans would already know that Mammoth was at one time Van Halen's one of their original band names. And Wolfie actually went to his dad and said, hey dad, do you mind if I call the name of the band like Mammoth? And then he put W in his dad says, why the fuck are you asking me? That's Edward's response.
That's so like humbling and gracious to hear. I'm sure Eddie was like, I'm sure he thought that was amazing when he heard that.
Edward, like Valerie, once those two actually grew up, it was in a sense. And I'm saying this with respect as a parent and knowing that Edward and Valerie have had, they're celebrities. They were huge celebrities. Let's put it this way, as Wolfie got older, Chris, you could understand this, and Jake and Jake, actually, are you a parent yourself, or from a kid or a pet?
Uncle, since I was 10, and I'm also a great uncle.
Okay, well then you get this. More or less, you grow up when you have them in your life. When you're responsible for your kids or your pets, they're the same, right? Chris, you know all about that. Jake, I'm sure you love pets as well. In fact, it's National Dog Day, from my understanding.
My wife asked me to bring that up. As our
Natalie,
4 pit bulls
were
begging us for food, she was like, "Bring up as National Dog Day, why don't you?" Pay some respect to our dogs.
I'll make sure. Yeah. We'll kind of put that in there, but you know, my point is, because I go on and on and on and on. Edward was so proud, like Valerie, of Wolfie, because he was the total opposite of those two. Edward, a rock star, but he couldn't stand being called a rock star. He could stand that label. He fucking hated that. He's a musician. He rather did not have anything to do with the glamour. He couldn't stand it. Valerie Bertinelli, very popular. And of course, you put those two together and, well, they've had their history with drugs and alcohol. And, well, blah, blah, blah. They've both wrote books, blah, blah, blah. Wolfie, the exact opposite. Didn't smoke, doesn't smoke. Doesn't care for adult. I mean, I'm sure he still has his adult beverages, but he doesn't have an addiction, a bad addiction. And his parents are just so thrilled about that. So, yes, anytime you see interviews with Edward and Wolfie together, Edward just wanted, and this is so heartbreaking, he just wanted to have a grandson so bad. So, but yeah, enough about that. Sorry. Jake, you're our guest, and I'm just overdoing it here with the Van Halen stuff. I'm sorry.
See,
so now that I'll cut this in properly for Chris.
All I was trying to get to was you want the more uplifting music. Is that kind of a fair assumption? You don't want to be like in the I don't want to use depression music, but
I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I don't. It's funny what people would consider like. Okay, we'll use the '90s for an example. People like the emo, the depression, the way this. I don't. When I listen to that stuff, it doesn't depress me at all. But I don't really get into that. I never. Sad songs don't depress the shit out of me. If I get into a funk, honestly, ironically, I don't get into music at that particular time of the week. I'll just be like, I focus on things that are not healthy for me, I guess you could say. Music is more healthier for me, so I don't listen to it as much when I'm in a bad fucking mood.
See, for me, man, it's like, fuck on you. It's almost like, man, I want to identify with the human spirit, like at that point, and I want to hear what other people have gone through. It's almost cathartic for me. Like, if I were to, if I'm pissed off at the world, you better believe I'm listening to some hard ass metal, and I'll go there. If I'm in a depressed state, I'll listen to depressed music. I want to hear that other humans are going through the same stuff. Like it's that cathartic for me. It gives me the feeling of not being alone.
Speaking of music, Jake, I think you may appreciate this. This is actually, you know what, Chris? I got a dedication for you.
Didn't know we were
I just
we were at that date yet.
Yeah, I got to set this up here, so be patient with me. I should have prepared a little bit more.
Fuck me, god damn it! What the fuck are you doing? Shit. God damn, man, the fucking thing.
You're no stranger to love.
You know how many times I've seen that fucking trench coat? I swear to God, man. Look at those glasses. Fuck, man. I bet you couldn't touch it. I bet you couldn't move his hair if you tried. That shit is unreal.
Hairspray and
hey, what is this? Son of a bitch, man. Get that shit out.
And hurt you.
I fucking hate that so much.
You want to? I completely forgot during that time when Rick Astley came out. An old friend of mine and I, and during high school, by the way, Chris, we did some art projects, and this song was popular, and there was an employee there that had the hairdo, and we couldn't stop laughing. We were like, look, it's Chris Ashley. We also referred to him as the big boy because he had the Frisch's big boy or Big Bob's hairdo. So that's a little dedication to Chris there. I thought I would do.
Damn.
Apparently it cheered me up.
Wow.
All fucking week I've had that stuck in my head. So I'm sitting on the couch earlier. I'm like, you know what?
Never gonna give you. I can see you singing that on your couch.
This thing, see, Jake, that's the downside, but yet it has its plus when you're editing. When you go through certain parts, you get stuck in it because maybe it's a moment in time that you just can't stop laughing. And like a little while ago, this afternoon, I'm like, I had this. It's like I'm out in the kitchen. I think we all can relate to it. Maybe you're doing some chores around the house, and all of a sudden I go, "I'm never gonna give you up," and I'm like, "God damn it!" So I had to put a little clip together real quick in honor for Chris's top 5 of miseries. That was so cruel, but I just thought we had to get it off our chest when it came to music stuff. And you know what? I don't give a shit about copyright infringement at this point. So, if I haven't said it yet, Jake, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for witnessing that
And
fucking travesty that just happened.
yeah. And that being said, I think we're going to have to end this amazing nonstop thrills episode. This would be episode, you know what? I don't want to name yet because I may mix some things up, but it's episode yet to be determined. Jake, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you can join us again here very soon. And I will get in touch with you. Chris and I will get in touch with you in the future about Rocky Horror, Clockwork Orange, and I'll add in a little bit of The Shining to that too. Because when you say Clockwork Orange, I couldn't help but think of The Shining. That's a little bit of a different mixture there, but why not?
He may Rick roll your ass. Who knows?
I may Rick roll your ass.
He's got that fucking file on tap now. Now we're in real fucking trouble.
But I almost don't want to share this, but I have to. I think we've got a T-shirt already created because I honestly have another thing stuck in my head.
I've got like seven T-shirts.
She's blowing Hot Pockets. Man, that's fucking hard. So world, that's ours.
I'm claiming Dr. Loomis fuck on you. He fucks on you. He don't care. Maybe a handicap sign in the back.
Well, folks, that's really going to do it for us. I'm still bitter about what happened in the beginning, the train wreck. I'm not going to share it. I'll have to discuss it privately with, I don't want to say. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tickling that subscribe button. Jake, once again, thank you for joining us. And, of course, download this shit on your favorite podcasting app. That all being said, Chris.
Push it. Push it. Push the fucking button.
Oh, now he's being behaved. Now he's behaving.
Push it once. Push it real good.
Chris and I want to thank you for listening or watching Meet Us in the Man Cave. Since you enjoyed watching us, make sure you want to tell all your friends about us, subscribe today, and click on that notification bell. It's going to be helping you being reminded when our next episode is uploaded or even possibly a live stream video. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. You can listen or download to Meet Us in the Man Cave on your favorite podcasting app, available to stream or download so you can listen to us all you want, whenever you want. For more information, go to meetusinthemancave.podbean.com.